could you tell me, everything started in 1978 with your first band Draculas. Today when you look at your musical past, it looks like everything has changed. Have you ever thought about what if I made different decisions in life, different choices?
Yeah, of course I could have made lots of different choices. But I did what I did, and at least I'm pretty proud that musically I started to try to keep the standard very high all the time and the quality.
Okay.
So, but business-wise I could have made much better choices many times.
Okay. But it goes like it goes, right?
It goes like it goes, and I have been the full-time musician like more than 20 years already, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
I can't blame.
Okay. Singing has always been your biggest love. What made you put aside your bass guitar and become a frontman? Do you still play the guitar from time to time, or do you rather focus on singing?
Yeah, I with my solo band I prefer to sing only, especially on stage. But in studio I play with my solo band, and with Valtteri also in a live performances I play bass guitar. Still,
Okay.
bass guitar is okay.
So you didn't really this instrument, yeah? You still play.
Yeah. And studio I play lots of instruments.
What kind of instrument, for example? I heard you had this shaking instrument when you're playing your solo.
Tambourine.
Yeah, tambourine.
Yeah. But keyboards is my original instrument.
Oh yeah, I heard it too.
So piano is my first instrument. So I can play piano quite okay. So I use keyboards and then I do programming.
Okay. And when you started playing, when you started being interested in music, what was your first instrument?
Piano.
Piano.
Yeah, and singing. Singing was the first. I was told that I sang before I talked.
Okay.
So I'm a kind of music guy.
So you were pretty young when you started, yeah.
In fact, me and my brother had a band already before Dracula's.
What was the band? What was the name?
It was called Cat and Mouse, and in fact we have done some releasings, in 90s.
Okay.
My elder brother, in fact, taught me most of the basic things about music, when I was a kid.
So he introduced
So
you.
he was like my real music teacher, my elder brother, and he taught me to play and sing too. So
Oh, that's interesting.
it's
yeah.
very important and big thing. He's been playing keyboards with Valtteri on stage sometimes, in the early days, in the 90s. But nowadays we have a full-time keyboard player. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But before that, when we were only 4 originally with Valtteri, we had still keyboard. My brother played keyboards on stage.
Oh, okay.
But now we have five guys, so we don't need my brother anymore.
Yeah. Does he have his own band, separate band?
Not any serious projects, but he has been playing quite much. He always plays in a way or another. But he's not so ambitious like I am, in a career-wise.
Yeah, I see.
He's more like a artist of life,
Yeah,
but very big one. That kind of. Yeah.
So my next question is, are you planning any new album?
As I told you, now I'm preparing for a second solo album,
Yeah.
and it will come out in spring 2013.
Okay. In late 80s, influences of the band were artists like U2, Cult, and Devo, yeah, PIL. Do any other bands inspire or influence your music today?
Today,
Yeah.
System of a Down, Korn, Origin, Suffocation, lots of kind of new metal bands, and the Muse a bit. Lots of new bands. You know, I can't remember them all right. You know,
Okay,
even Lady Gaga.
that's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was watching her show in Helsinki.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed. It was good.
Okay.
I
it
think
seems like
I think she's a competition for Madonna.
Yeah, but I think she still is a bit different than Madonna.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Of course, a bit
I would
different.
not put Madonna and her in the same.
Me neither. They are stylish. They're stylish, very different. But you know, people always talking about that.
Yeah. Both are controversial musicians.
Yeah. But I'm also interested in these kind of shows. You know, I think it's boring if it's always just a rock show. You know,
Yeah.
I like.
So you
you
like
know.
to perform, to show.
Yeah. The
Do you
more thing is
prefer-
happening on stage, always better.
Yeah. Do you design your shows before you
No,
go
no.
on stage? No.
not with Kärtsy and not with
So it's like
Valtteri.
improvising more.
Yeah. We are more like a show, you know. I try to be the show.
Yeah. That's always more interesting when somebody is more like alive on the stage.
I know, but for example, Lady Gaga is also a very strong character, and if it's a good show, you know, it supports your personal performance. You know, if it's and your character. Of course, if it's a bad show, it kills your performance. But you know, if it's made in a good way, it can feed the performance too.
Yes. You combine many different styles in your music. Which style is the closest to you? What kind of music do you listen to the most often?
You know, I have maybe a kind of 50-50. 50% from me is kind of metal guy, and then 50% which I do solo music is more like pop rock
Okay.
or anything else than metal. I like all kinds of different music, but maybe pop and rock music is the most closest to me. But I listen to classics, you know, electronic I love very much, and old school pop music, whatever. Ethno I like too, you know. I like many types of music, but maybe the rock and pop music is the most closest. Guitar music, you know.
Okay. But has your music taste changed with time? Like when you were young, you were listening to different type of music. And now...
Yeah, it's changing all the time, and that's why I think it's very important. You know, if I want to try to be an innovative musician, you know, I think it's very important to listen to all kinds of music and follow what is happening. You know.
So not to stay
I started
in
from Beatles when I was 5 years old, and now I'm into very loud death metal or Lady Gaga or something like this. Yeah,
So it's like a real change.
yeah. But I like the both. You know, I still listen to Beatles, so it's my like childhood heroes. Everybody has his childhood heroes,
Yeah.
and these guys, of course, is like the first real, you know, rock band. So I
Do you
must
have any musicians?
have my hat off, you know, for them because they started it all. You know, without Beatles, there wouldn't be anything. You know, any rock bands.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
Or maybe there would be another rock band. That
Yeah, but
would
not like
go
that.
this way.
Yeah, not like that in another way, for sure.
Okay. Some of your songs seem to be playing between chaos and harmony. Are you a chaotic person yourself, the one who likes changes? doesn't keep things in an order? Or are you rather type who needs to keep everything organized?
I'm kind of both, I don't. Maybe I'm not real chaotic, but quite restless I am, and I get tired very easily. To repeat things, So.
So you prefer something new happening?
Yeah. I'm always longing for something new. So I'm not very stable.
Okay. So do you carefully plan the future steps of your artistic creation, or is it sometimes like a matter of chance, a coincidence that you start creating music in this or some other way?
I think it's many times, matter of what I'm listening, where I get influenced by, because I don't hide my influences in my music. If I listen to certain band or certain style, I always want to have influences from that style to my music too.
Okay.
And maybe that leads it a bit. And I want always to be in the nerve of what is happening in music scene, so maybe that influenced my music too. So maybe the time influences me very much.
I see. Okay.
What time we are living in each year, or I'm very much try to be the talk of this day, a talk of what is happening around. It's just very moment, this moment.
So you like reflect the nowadays.
Exactly. Reflect what is happening around me. At this moment.
Yeah, I see.
So I try to, like my management told me, I try to move in time.
Okay. It is impossible not to mention the fact that you made the soundtrack for Max Payne in 2000 and the fall of Max Payne in 2003 PC games with Kimmo Kajasto. Was that difficult for you to create music for games, or was it a challenge?
It's very strange maybe to think, but to be honest, I think it's more easy to be all these like experimental projects that I used to have, like symphonies and computer game music, and the stuff what we did in the computer music was more like a soundtrack stuff. So it was pretty similar what I have been doing with the classical orchestra before. So to be honest, it was pretty easy. I think the
so
most
was
hard.
it easier from than composing like music for album?
Yeah, I think the hardest thing in the whole music world is to create a perfect 3-minute song. It's definitely the most difficult thing. If you just want to play around, like and just I think it's easy. It's easy to paint music, like to be a painter of music and to create the atmosphere. But to have a perfect melody for 3 minutes, that is difficult.
Yeah.
The Max Payne project was very enjoyable, but it wasn't very hard to do. It was very nice and easy. I enjoyed that very much. And again, I was very much into electronic music at that time, so I found it very interesting to work only with computers.
So you tried different effects on computer?
Yeah, of course. And Kimmo Kajasto, who is like a godfather of Finnish electronic music from late 80s already, and early 90s, He had a great equipment, so it was nice to work with this kind of guy who really knew about everything. So I was just like enjoying myself there.
That's nice, yeah.
So it wasn't difficult at all.
Okay. If you could add one unusual instrument to your music, which one would you pick?
One? I wouldn't say one.
Okay, you can choose a few. You can tell.
I don't know. Horns would be interesting.
Okay. Like really deep.
Maybe
sound.
saxophone? Yeah.
Okay. This could be interesting.
Yeah.
If you were asked to sing in a duo with another singer, it can be male or female.
Duetto, yeah, okay.
Yeah, who would you want to cooperate with?
Oh God, many people. Yeah, maybe duet with Lady Gaga could be.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Madonna. We have played Madonna, in fact, with Valtteri. In our second album, we played a cover song from Madonna's Vogue.
Okay.
And
Were you
that was
singing Madonna's vocal line?
yeah. And in fact, it was our first like a bigger hit, in radio. Yes, when we covered Madonna. So maybe duetto with Madonna would be good.
It could be interesting.
Yeah.
In 2007 you decided to start solo career, but at the same time you had leave side project in Vox Real-Time Orchestra. What made you decide to have such side project, and was it reflecting on your musical direction as a solo artist?
In fact, I started my solo project already year 2000 when I did the Max Payne stuff, because that was my first project outside Valtteri.
Okay, yeah.
After 15 years working only for Valtteri. And I did some electronic disco singles at the same time. So
In 2000?
yeah. And but then some reason I kind of got tired to it and went back to Valtteri, because we were planning to start to do already something together. So I forgot my solo career for 5 years.
Okay.
And then 2007 I kind of made a decision that if I will make it one day, I must start now, because otherwise I never will do that. Because
You mean solo career?
yeah. Because I had a feeling that I have also something to say outside this musical formula of Valtteri crossover stuff. So I want to do as much variable music as possible,
Okay.
And with my solo project, I can try the things which I couldn't try with Valtteri.
Yeah.
So
So that's why you decided to start your solo career.
yeah, because I want to have a possibility to try all the things, anything.
Yeah. That's a nice idea.
Yeah. But as long as I will do solo material, it always must be different from Valtteri. Otherwise, there is no sense.
Yeah. So if you create something more similar to Valtteri, do you then decide to
make it with Valtteri?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And your first solo album, Duty Freedom, was released in 2010. What would you say about this to people that had never heard of you before, or those that connect you with Valtteri?
With my solo material, I want to try to achieve totally different audience than with Valtteri. I want to achieve more like a normal persons, more like a mainstream persons, who maybe are not into metal or are not into art music, what I do with Valtteri.
Yeah.
So the achievement with these two projects are totally opposite, With the solo career, I want to try to achieve more like normal people.
Okay.
And whatever it means. But anyway, the people outside Valtteri fan base. I'm very happy if Valtteri fans like my solo stuff. And I'm very surprised because it's very different. But mostly I want to try to make music to everybody. And that's why the guys who doesn't like Valtteri, I want this to like my solo material.
I see. So it's any kind of music for any kind of people.
Exactly. I want to try to reach all kinds of people.
Okay. So you are planning to release your solo album in May. Do you expect to play in some countries outside Finland?
Definitely, that's the aim, because we did it pretty much with Duty Freedom. We played in Sweden, Germany, England, Czech Republic, China.
Okay.
Finland. So we played in six countries.
Yeah. But not Poland yet.
Not Poland.
Yeah.
But we haven't been there with Valtteri either. We should come there, but maybe we don't have any maybe our booking agent doesn't have a real connections to Poland. I don't know why, because I could come to Poland any day, any time.
Maybe we could change it.
Would be nice. Because I know Valtteri has some fans in Poland.
Yeah. So, do you have any last thought for Blackwater readers or your Polish fans?
Stay open-minded and try to always challenge yourself, because that's the best way to survive.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.